everyone, Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com! Oops, they did it again. The ANBF catches all the cheats. Check it. I hate this. I hate that people think they can get away with cheating. Cheating to win a trophy or a natural pro card is utterly stupid, ridiculous, asinine. I can't think of the word. At the recent ANBF show in Texas, I believe it was November 7th. Yes, it was collected on November 7th. Somebody popped again and was stripped of their ANBF pro card. As for their identity, I cannot disclose that, nor will I. But let me just say I have the test in my hand right now. And I want to use this as a way to kind of state my opinion on testing. Also, I like to publicize the fact that you will get caught if you compete in my near and dear ANBF or in the organization which I also support greatly and also have the show in Mason, Ohio, the TigerFitness.com presents the 2016 OCB Uprising National Qualifier to be held at Mason Middle School on June 25th, featuring people such as Ronnie Coleman will be there, I'll be there, Doug Miller will be there. It's going to be a hell of a time. That's besides the point. I am VP of the ANBF. I am also somebody who supports the OCB very, very closely. And this gentleman, when we're seeing these, it's not just people on test. These people who are getting popped via the urinalysis, they're getting caught for legit NPC-style drug cycles. Drostanolone, positive. Nandrolone, straight up DECA. Pre-contest? Guess he had joint problems. While not, DECA stays in your system for, I think you could test for that for like 18, 20 weeks. Positive. His testosterone and estrogen ratio should have been greater than 10. It was actually less than 6. Positive. He didn't have masking agents, so at least he was just going in praying. Now the thing is, this gentleman was not polygraphed at this show because he had passed a polygraph at a prior show. And he did not get urinalyzed in that show because he came in second place. To be on all those drugs and lose to a natty, that must really suck. I'm going to get into this a bit more, and hopefully this video doesn't go too long. First off, I would like to give full props, tip my hat, full accolades to the ANBF for catching 2 cheats this show season. That looks good on the sport, and it gets rid of the douchebags who do this. I would also like to say that to those of you who do natural shows, not naturally, you are the biggest form of scumbag known to man. You are a piece of shit. You need to look yourself in the mirror and think, why don't I compete? Or you're just a horrible bodybuilder. Why don't I compete with my own? You have NABA, you have the NPC, you have the WBFF. I mean, dude. Why are you going to take someone who is following the rules' chance of winning a show and doing all kinds of steroids? And it's called, I mean, they don't hide that it's a tested show. It's in every flyer. Shit, our show in Ohio says Naturals. It's the title. Secondly, and I brought this up in an email to the ANBF, and I have discussed this with Remo and Chad over at the OCB, as a promoter, as a supporter, as a judge. Why don't we get rid of the polygraph, and that'll make it cheaper for competitors to compete? Hear me out. We can actually keep some of the cost for the polygraph in there, and instead of just testing the winners, like my brother had to go in and get his urinalysis when he won his pro card, why don't we test the top 2 or the top 3 in every division? Generally, if you don't place in the top 3, nobody cares if they get 4th or 5th or 3rd or 5th. Nobody really cares. What people care about is losing top 2 places. The polygraph, as the guy who invented the polygraph even stated after he saw its misuse, and I go back because I have videos saying the polygraph is a great deterrent. But what we're finding out is by me doing these videos saying that they got caught not by the polygraph, but by the urinalysis and they passed the polygraph, is pretty much telling me my former position was incorrect. And unlike most pompous douchebags in the world, I am a pompous douchebag who is willing to admit when he was wrong. I was wrong about the polygraph. The polygraph is no longer a deterrent. The polygraph is something that cheaters know they can get away with. We need to get away with the polygraph. It's a joke and it doesn't work. It's not a deterrent, or else this douchebag right here would not have gotten away with it. Now, I applaud natural organizations such as DFAC, WNBF, and, ANBF, OCB/IFPA for using any means necessary to catch cheaters within their means, meaning it's expensive to test for hair and urine and blood and all that. I get it. But I'd rather see more urinalyses done on the top 2 versus the winner, or just random. Why don't we do the top and then just a random dude? Just like you draw straws. I mean, something as simple as that. Out of each class, you have straws and you draw straws or some shit like that. Just make it completely random, or get like a randomizer and put the names in there. Go to random.org. Right at the show, y'all have internet, and boom, there it goes. It's simple as that. But what we've shown here is one that the ANBF, OCB, and other organizations, especially the ANBF, because they've outed 2 people this year, have the best of intentions in keeping their sport natural. We've also found out that one of their methods to do so is completely asinine. So we need to get rid of the polygraph. We need to urinalyses more people, and we need to find these people who lie, and we need to slap them with fish repeatedly because they're douchebags. Or we need to slap them with actual douchebags. I'm not even sure what a douchebag in reality looks like, but I'm guessing it's not very good. Because my common sense tells me that anything that cleanses the vagina is a good thing. But the fact that it's used in such vein shows that the douchebag might not be a good thing. And even though it cleanses something as near and dear to my heart as a female vagina, it is not necessarily a great thing. So we should take douchebags and we should slap them with it. And that will be their punishment. That is far beyond any pain that can be garnered from losing a pro card. Anyway, ANBF, much love. And as you're seeing here, if you are a natural athlete, do not compete in the NPC. Do not compete in NABA. The place for you is the OCB. The place for you is the ANBF. Unless you like going up against those guys, then do it. But if you want to compete on a level playing field and have a good time and reach, well, I mean, look what a lot of natural athletes have done to elevate their career, just as much as most NPC IFBB guys for the most part. Other than if you're top 10 Olympia, I get that. But I have a business idea I'd like to present. I would like Doug Miller to put seminars on across the country, informing male competitors on drugs how to pass drug tests. Because obviously, according to every troll online, Doug is very good at it. So Doug Miller, here's my plea to you. I will fund this. I will provide the startup. We charge $100 per head. It's an anonymous course. It's done online and everybody wears paper bags over their heads and masks their IP. Kind of like Anonymous does. Kind of like that group 4chan who trolled me. They're very good at it. We can actually consult with 4chan on how to do this. Then Doug Miller, you and I, we will go across the country. We will provide seminars. We will mask identities. We will inform the youth and the elderly alike how to pass drug tests. Doug Miller, the cheaters in natural bodybuilding are relying on your techniques. They're relying on you to help them cheat, to help them become the best at being a fake natty natural bodybuilder they can be. In summary, thank you ANBF for doing this. Thank you for living up to your word and stripping pro cards from cheaters. Number 2, the polygraph. Bullshit. Get rid of it. Let's put more money into urinalyses and random urinalysis testing. 3, Doug Miller, the fate of fake natties rely on you. If you cannot do this, I will slap you with a douchebag. And that's not a game!